Game for you between Miaoyi and this Serbian master. This Serbian master just a year older than Miaoyi, so also another young master. This one from Serbia. There's a lot of masters from Serbia, a lot of grandmasters from Serbia. But let's go ahead and get right into the game. Miaoyi starts with pawn to c4. This is the English. The Serbian master plays pawn to e6. We've got the Nimzo Indian. Miaoyi plays knight to c3. And now the Serbian master goes ahead and plays bishop to b4. Miaoyi develops her knight to f3. Both players definitely attacking the center of the board. The bishop to b4 is indirectly attacking the center of the board by kind of removing, or well, threatening to remove the knight from the defense of those squares. Now the Serbian master plays knight to f6. These are all book moves so far, so this is just stuff that masters have played many, many times. And now Miaoyi plays the move g4, kind of offering up the pawn for sacrifice. And this is a book move, and you really shouldn't take that that pawn. Let's just kind of take a look at what would happen if you did. Now, the Serbian master knows better. He didn't take the pawn, but we'll just kind of take a look at why you would not do that. So if you take the pawn, then of course the rook is going to come to g1, attacking your knight. You could play something like the best move basically to play in this position would be to play pawn to f5 now. But yeah, white can just go ahead and play pawn to h3, and now you've got to pull your knight back. F6 being the best square there, but now rook captures on g7, and this may be playable. Certainly, it's playable, but it's not healthy to have your opponent's rook sitting on the 7th rank if you're playing for black. So this is not the way to play. So of course he did not take, and instead he plays pawn to d6. It would have probably been better to go ahead and play pawn to h6 to prevent the move that Miaoyi plays next, which is pawn to g5. The best move in the position. I often tell my students, don't be moving pawns over and over again in the opening because you're supposed to be controlling the center of the board. But this is removing one of the defenders of the center by chasing that knight away. And so this is the best move in the position. The Serbian master for black, he goes ahead and plays knight to d7, kind of an unfortunate square for his knight, blocking his light squared bishop in. So yeah, that's why he should have played h6 a couple moves ago. Now Miaoyi finally brings her bishop to g2. I say finally because often if you move your g-pawn like that, you're going to bring your bishop to that square. And now the Serbian master plays knight to c6. That's the best move in the position. Again, attacking the center of the board, as all chess strategy is involved with that. And now Miaoyi plays pawn to h4, just kind of helping lock down that g5 pawn, helping defend that g5 pawn. And now the Serbian master does reposition that d7 knight over to b6. Miaoyi goes ahead and plays pawn to b3, defending the c4 pawn. And the Serbian master goes ahead and now plays d5, striking out at the center. And Miaoyi goes ahead and plays c captures d4. And we're actually already long out of book. It's been several moves since this has been a fresh game. Nobody's played this variation in master play at all. And so, yeah, Miaoyi plays pawn captures d5. The Serbian master goes ahead and captures back on d5. So if e captures d5, and now we have bishop to b2 by white. The Serbian master then plays bishop to g4, attacking the knight. And Miaoyi plays knight to b5 now. Knight to b5, definitely a strong move. Maybe rook to c1, also a great move in this position. And black goes ahead and castles to the king side. Definitely a good idea to get your king safe. This is the best move to make in the position. And now Miaoyi plays what is said to be a blunder, or not a blunder, it's said to be a mistake. She plays this move here, and she, I think, is intentionally trying to drop this pawn, as we'll see. So I'm not going to go deep into it. The computer says go ahead and kick the bishop, and this does make sense. So probably kicking the bishop first would be the best move just to get him away from this square here. But Lu Miaoyi has some interesting plans here that are going to lead to a, crushing attack. So, so the Serbian master, this young master, goes ahead and captures a knight. So removing the defender by playing bishop captures f3, leaving the g5 pawn unprotected. And when Lu Miaoyi plays the best move in response, capturing on f3 with her bishop, now the Serbian master does grab the g5 pawn as we anticipated. That whole removing the knight that was defending that square. And now Lu Miaoyi plays queen to c2. The Serbian master now plays pawn to a6. Lu Miaoyi castles to the queen side here, which is the best move in the position. Stockfish says it's brilliant. A bit awkward castling to an open or half open c file, I should say, but nonetheless, this was the best move in the position. And now we see why it was probably a good idea to kick that bishop. So he wouldn't be able to play this next move, bishop captures d2. It probably would have been better to kick that bishop earlier. And now she is forced to capture back. Now Lu Miaoyi actually captures with her rook here, which is a mistake. She could have done a bit better by capturing with the queen first. Let's go ahead and take a look at that variation real quick here. Okay, so Lu Miaoyi should have captured with the queen. And then black would play queen takes queen. Lu Miaoyi could have played then rook captures on d2. And then they would play pawn captures on b5. That would be the best move for black. And now Lu Miaoyi could play pawn to h6. And they would need to go ahead and advance their g pawn to g6. And then Lu Miaoyi could capture the d5 pawn. And this position, under correct play, should be a bit better than the way it turns out in the actual game. Although the Serbian master doesn't play a perfect game, so Lu Miaoyi's position or Lu Miaoyi's plays end up being just fine. If you see in this position, black is actually up by 1 point, so black would be winning. But let's go ahead and go back to the main line that we were working on, or well, the actual played line. So Lu Miaoyi does capture with the rook, and I think maybe she's doing this because she's playing for a win. You know, if the queens are traded, it's a lot more. It's easier to be a draw. It's easier to force a draw. So. Okay, so the Serbian master, black, goes ahead and plays pawn captures on b5 next. So after rook captures on d2, pawn captures on b5. And now Lu Miaoyi plays pawn to a3. And probably queen to d1 would also be a good move in this position. But okay, now the Serbian master plays knight to e5, attacking this bishop here. And Lu Miaoyi kind of ignores that, ignores losing the exchange, and plays rook to h3 here. And now the Serbian master does go ahead and grab that bishop, which is a mistake. He plays knight captures. It probably would have been better just to go ahead and play pawn to f6. But we're going to continue here. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference in the position by playing pawn to f6, so we're going to move on one more step here. And now Lu Miaoyi plays rook to g3, threatening the queen. And now the Serbian master certainly blunders here. He plays queen to h3. He should not have played that. He should have played instead capturing the rook. And we'll go ahead and take a closer look at that variation. Yes, so the Serbian master should have played queen captures the rook on g3. And then, of course, we'd have pawn captures on g3, knight captures rook on d2, king captures the knight on d2, and then the Serbian master should go ahead and shore up his pawn structure by pawn to c6. And then Lu Miaoyi might play queen, or white should play queen to f5 at that point. And then black could play pawn to d4, bishop captures d4, and basically white, black's up 2 points, the bishop is now pinned, and yeah, this position is basically winning for black. But luckily for Miaoyi, the Serbian master did not see this line, so yeah, we'll go ahead and go back to that main line now. Yeah, the Serbian master blunders and plays queen to h6, and maybe you want to pause your video for a second and see, what move should Miaoyi play. So you can pause your video and see if you can find the move that Miaoyi plays here. Hopefully you've already paused if that's what you're going to do. If you just want to see the way the game goes, Miaoyi plays bishop captures on g7. So captures the pawn, attacking the queen and the rook. And this is definitely the best move in the position. And now the Serbian master does play the best move in this position, just capturing the bishop on g7. And then we have rook captures bishop on g7. King captures rook. And now Miaoyi plays pawn captures f3. And this is not the best move. It's a good move. It's an excellent move, I guess. I just don't like that, yeah, she messes up her pawn structure. She could have played queen to c3 check. And when the king steps out of check, then she could have picked up the knight, maintaining these, these pawns being on separate files where they would be stronger. But it doesn't really matter that much in the position. Again, that's what I would have played, and it is what Stockfish does recommend. But Miaoyi instead captures with the pawn, and now the Serbian master advances his c pawn from c7 to c5, and Miaoyi plays queen to f5 now, and the Serbian master plays pawn to f6, and now Miaoyi plays queen to e6, and the Serbian master lifts his a-file rook to a6, so rook a6. Probably capturing the pawn would have been best, but this is a good enough move, maybe setting up some sort of an attack on the queen. But Miaoyi goes ahead and drops her rook back to d1, looking to maybe come over here to g1. And the Serbian master now plays pawn to b4, and Miaoyi plays queen to e7, which actually isn't the best move in the position. She should have probably went for queen to g1 instead, because actually queen to g1 would have been a mate in 3. She could have got a mate in 3 playing queen to g1. It's actually mate in 4 in this case, but in this position, the Serbian master did resign the game. So this was the end of the actual game. Black could play rook to f7 here, blocking for now, and then we would just get rook to g1. White could play rook to g1, and then probably king would go to h6, and then queen would just go ahead and capture on f7, and there's nothing that really to be done here. It's mate in 2 several different ways. You could play pawn, move a pawn up or something like that, but there's really nothing to do to stop the attack. So the Stockfish recommends best move is c4, but queen takes f6 check, and then king takes h5, and yeah, just queen to g5 would be checkmate. So yeah, we could back up. Let's go ahead and back up here. So a better move than the one that earned Miaoyi the resignation would have been just playing rook to g1. Only better by a move, but rook to g1 forces mate in 3. We have king goes to h6, and then queen to e3 check. After queen to e3, queen takes h5. Queen then goes to f4. B takes a3 perhaps. Really nothing to be done here. And then queen to h2 is just checkmate. So yeah, so the Serbian master did resign, but yeah, he could see the writing on the wall. The game was over, so it's not like this guy gave up when he still had a fighting chance. So he did play a solid game, although it only did last 26 moves. So basically a miniature, Technically, a miniature is 25 moves or less, but that's close enough, 26 moves. Anyway, thank you for joining me for that. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, as I will be posting many game reviews, probably a game review every day at least, not to mention tactics and other aspects of the game. Please let me know if there's any games that I should be covering. If you know about some sort of tournament or something like that that I should be looking at, I would love to know about it. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.